Okay, namaste, great souls. Always wonderful to be with you, sharing the practice together. And as we just checked in, it seems appropriate to move into a focus with. We know the heart chakra is the heart, the seat of compassion, connection, unity, and it can also have, sadness, grief, difficult emotions going on in there. So we want to focus on it as we do our postures today. Breathing in, what you may not as be aware of is that the quality of the heart center is the air quality, it's lungs. So the breath is deep medicine for the heart. I tend to focus on, belly breathing connected to heart, but the heart energy, as we know, connects to through the arms, through the hands, like a hug. Think of like a hug. Okay, so we want to connect to others, and we want to connect to our spiritual self that's whole and free, and that's where the true power is. So the energy of the heart will start with the deep medicine that we can move into, and think we'll be doing, of course, forward bends and back bends, which we're familiar with. Back bends is opening the heart, but maybe not as much as forward bends that open the back of the heart, where the things that are difficult can lodge back there. So we'll breathe, and I'll remind us to breathe into this area as we go into our yoga postures today with compassion. So I'll move back a little bit more, and we'll start with our breath of joy. Okay, it's cool. I think I'll keep my wrap on for now. Okay. All right, so sitting comfortably. Let's just do a short and then long double breath and clench and hold the body on the inhale. So inhale, tense the body, make a fist with your hands, vibrate with energy, and then we can feel the difference on the exhale, that letting go sound. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, double breath. Tense, 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 vibrate with energy. And when you're ready, deep exhale, letting go breath. Just turned up the volume a little bit. Bring the hands into namaste. So breathing into your heart and acknowledging, you don't have to wait to end the class for this, others that you'd like to connect to and in this world and beyond. We could send energy this way. And then interlock and exhale and round the spine, tucking the chin to the hollow of the throat. As we inhale, we're going to reach up, lengthen up, draw the shoulder blades down, and feel the space all around you. Clearing energy that's stuck perhaps in the back of the heart. You can interlock our hands by your side as you lift up, and then round again. Navel to the spine. We'll do another breath of joy, adding the twist. We know this. So hands in namaste, breathing into your heart, sending that love and healing energy to others as you exhale. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. Easing the shoulders down, feeling the space around you. But as the arms come halfway down, engage the core as we twist. Right hand on the left knee, left hand behind you, chin parallel. Let go. Second energy. Inhale, collect and gather. Exhale. Really draw that navel to the spine. Feel the twist in the thoracic, the lungs, the air quality. Inhale and heart, opening the hands, heart connected the hands as we twist to the other side. Left hand on right knee, right arm behind you, exhale. Chin parallel. Inhale, ease back, collecting gather. Exhale, release out, rinse out. No, we can't control. Inhale, sweeping open. If possible, interlocking or reaching behind. Again, that back bend quality of expansion and opening. And that forward bend quality of releasing. Inward, in phase. And let's bring our hands crossed at the thumbs in Eagle Heart Mudra. Breath always initiates from the belly. So belly expands, heart opens. We're letting that medicine out of the air. Create space as we exhale from heart back to belly. We're letting all those emotions come in and through. Inhaling. Everything belongs. And then exhaling. Releasing. Spine. One more full yogic breath, belly, heart, chest, crown opens. And either exhale through the mouth or the nose as we release. Anything that feels stuck, right? To release out. Okay, we'll continue to be conscious of the breath as we circle around. And in the opposite direction. So the shoulders also connected to these upper chakra of the heart. You want to keep some fluidity there for sure. We're going to get the legs involved here, shake them out. And come into whole body movement. Blankets, blocks, props by your side. Okay. All right, we're going to do our opposite. So first is a classic couple cat cows. Palms, well, wrists underneath the shoulders. Press into the base of the fingers. Turn the toes under. Scoop it out. Low, mid, up and back. Inhale. Exhale, rounded spine. Really feel the back of the heart drawing toward the sky. Open up back there. It could be shadow area. Hold it. Inhale. Scooping out. Exhale, rounding. Feel the back of the lungs expanding. Hair quality. And then neutral spine is where we add that balance. So we're going to extend the right leg back and just pulse back and forth, forward and back, just starting to feel that right hamstring. And without turning out the right hip out to the side, we're going to lift it up. So toes point down. If possible, left arm extends. And then we fold in. We draw the left elbow toward the right knee. And then extend out with the toes of the back foot turning down. We'll do 3 of these total. Fold in, and then yawn, extend out. One more on this side. Fold in, and extend out. Lower that left hand, turn the right toes under, pulse back and forth. Before we go to the other side, let's do a down dog. So when you're ready, we'll bring that right knee under, beneath us for a moment and then hover off both knees. Or back to the full body stretch. Make sure you're pressing into the base of the fingers, all the way through the fingertips. And just inviting, maybe the calmness is, or peace underneath that calmness. Let the peace radiate through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Now into the wisdom of the heart and the blood flow to the brain. Deep. You can hear the sound of your breath. I'm exaggerating it, but you're hearing your own internal sound. As we slowly hover down, all this increases core strength. When you're ready, left toes turn under, pulse back and forth, just warming up. That's an in feeling into the body, into the breath. And then lifting up with those toes pointing down, now turning the left hip out to the side. I'm going to walk my left hand in a little bit and then extend my right arm out, palm faces in. You could stay here or fold. Right elbow to left knee, expand and open. And two more. Feel the back of the heart and the core. Really allowing that energy to flow. Taking in our medicine here. The breath and movement medicine. And lower down. Turn the toes under again. Pulse back and forth. Slowly, so you feel it. And then we'll go ahead and come into down dog. Oh, sorry, hovering first. 1, 2, and then as we go to 3, press into the fingertips and shred it out. You want more circular movement? You can add those half circles, figure 8 in the hips. And just feeling the calm energy radiating through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Now from here, we're going to do our flow through. We're going to add core work, and a lot of movements are core, but specific. We come into our plank. I'm going to bring my blanket out to the side here. Come into our plank without collapsing our head or belly. Take a couple breaths here. And then bring one forearm down. Oops. Then the other. Take another couple breaths. Every muscle. And then tops of the knees touch down. Unfurl the toes. Create the beginning back bend in Bhujangasana, Sphinx pose or Cobra pose beginning. And then we want to hydrate our shoulders some more. Just like we did with the hips, now we're circling into the scapula. And then you're going to see, we're going to take it slow into our baby cobra at first, okay? Pulsing up, recharging the spine. Exhale, soften. See if we want to go a little higher. Inhale, a couple breaths here. And then see, press into the tops of the feet if you want to go into King Cobra or not right now. Either way, we're going to do lion's breath. Taking out the tongue. Opening the throat chakra. Yes, compassionate speech, ideally as we let the knees touch down and draw the navel in, wide knees on the outside of the mat, prayer pose. Energy is drawing to the spiritual eye. Divine power, insight that's fueling pure form in all forms. We're definitely opening to it. The heart expand, especially the back of the heart. As we round now, round up and around the cat, flowing through. We're just going to transition enough, knee, then stepping forward onto our back. So however you can get there. I'm going to, this is where we add the core, the classic core. Shimmy, shake down. Hands on the belly, arc, draw the sacrum into the earth, and then flatten. I just want to do a couple of these with the feet up so you really feel the core engagement. Flex back through the toes, knees and hips, perpendicular. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lightly place our hands at the back of the neck. Think of the chest lifting up and the tailbone lifting towards you. Inhale. We'll do 3 of these. Exhale. Tailbone towards you. Heart lifting up. Not yanking the head and neck at all. And then back. And then again. Okay, hopefully we feel that, right? And then we fold the knees in and we rock side to side. The sun's trying to come out behind the clouds here. Sun is there, but the clouds are passing, moving, starting to. And then we're going to do our mindful ab work. So we're going to take this lower. So what it looks like we started, what we just did, but we're going to add one leg extension. So first we're going to lift up, drawing that tailbone towards you, and then extend the right leg, bring the arm to the outside of the left thigh, and then back. The tailbone towards you, left leg extends, left arm on the outside of the knee. Low back plug down. We'll continue here. Now simultaneously, but with awareness, right leg, right arm, left knee bent. Inhale back. And inhale the feet, fire up. Low back. Low belly, left arm, left leg extends. One more time, if you can, on each side. If you need to rest, feel free, please do. Right arm, right leg, back to center. Every time you extend the arm and leg, the tailbone, or it starts first to draw toward you, to the chest, and then back. Okay, now we can go into full happy baby, opening our hips as well, rocking side to side. Let the neck release side to side as well. Just keep tuning into the sound of the breath. And let's take a mini rest here and butterfly. So knees apart, your low back is off the floor here, hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Giving yourself a deep restoration of the breath. At your pace, let the belly expand, let the ribs open, let the lungs, the air, the chest. Oh, feel its wings opening in the shoulders and throat and reversing at your timing, at your pace. Oceanic sound. Okay, keep flying here. We're going to slowly let those inner thighs go slow enough where the inner thighs could shake. Releasing tensions, releasing traumas, but shaking it out. Exhale, exhale through the mouth, audibly. You'll feel as the knees come closer, your feet unfurl and your low back plugs in more, but that rippling can still be going on. You want that to move through us. Just getting a taste of it here. And we're going to curl and rock and roll, or roll to our side. You come up, rolling onto our toes, into our forward fold. Uttanasana. Resting the palms at the hollows of the elbows. I'm slightly bending the knees. If you want to massage the back of the neck and the scalp, remember the individual ego really can get, this is where the medulla oblongata, this is where a lot of our energy is stored. We're naturally drawing it to the spiritual eye and any forward fold. And that right alignment of the spiritual eye leading the way, ideally, versus the individual self. This is healthy. Okay, bending the knees, chair pose, heart lifts, reaching back, and then reaching forward, pulsing. 3 times. 3's the key today. Inhale, lengthening and growing. Putting off the heels and then feeling the space all around you. Swirl that energy. All the way up to the shoulders. Okay. Taking a moment to get up, set up. Oh, we should, I forgot to mention, let's bring our blanket back if you moved it onto the mat, because we will be doing a knee down lunge. I'm gonna have a little drink here too. So, hydrate, taking care of ourselves in so many ways, yay. Okay. And now I'm going to come to our mountain pose. Yield into the earth. And let's do an energetic cleanse, meaning we're going to release, we're going to draw the right arm to the sky, the left arm to the earth. Release built up energy we want to let go of, and then we're going to collect and gather earth energy, sky energy, like a ball of chi into our heart, and then release in the opposite direction, letting go, left arm, right arm, and then collecting the earth and the sky energy back into our heart. So this is the energy clearing. Try to do this every morning before I go to work, my lunch hour, and afterward. It's clearing out and then gathering and collecting the beautiful nature energy that's within us and all around us. Notice how you feel when you do this. Back to the heart. Bringing in others again in our practice. We'd like to send this compassionate energy to as we tune into the spiritual eye, crown of the head, lengthen and grow. Add any variation of back bend that works for you. Don't collapse into the lumbar, keep lifting through the heart. And then release the hands, coming forward. Drop the knees.
Step back into our down dog again. If you can do three-legged dog, go ahead, or regular down dog. So if, again, optional, that right leg lifting up, if it's in your practice. And then see if we could slowly, we'll do 3 of these. The knee to the chest, in that direction. And then the leg back, three-legged dog. And maybe the knee to the right elbow, it doesn't have to touch. Big exhale, and then back and strong, meant to be, and then the right knee toward the left elbow. Don't collapse ahead, and then come back to center, and then see if we could step this right foot forward. You may have to take a couple steps there. You may want to bring your blocks by your side. Let me angle out here. So, here we are in our lunge. And what we're going to do is kind of just come forward and back like we did earlier, but the back toes turned under. And we're going to sweep our arms up. We're going to do an upper body half moon with a lunge leg. So we're clasping the left wrist and arcing over to the right. Strength and courage fill my body cells. Couple breaths, more breaths here. Strength and courage fill my body cells. Inhale, come back to center. Let's hydrate those hips some more by coming forward, walking. I like to walk the right foot out to the side, whatever works for you, to roll onto that little toe side of the foot, opening the hips, adding the flow, and feeling the breath. Okay, so deep hip floss going on. Okay, we're going to transition and flow through. So let's transition by doing our half split, Anamanasana, Anamanasana. Draw that right hip down as much as you can. Feel the hamstring and the back of the heart opening. Remember, forward bends open the back of the heart. Back bends the front. And then we come up and we transition. A little around here. We're going to hover. 2, 3, 4 back. Rock side to side, inviting that calmness, that calm energy to radiate to every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Keep magnetizing the heart to the thighs if possible. Three-legged dog, left leg lifts up, any variation that works for you. Possibly bringing the knee toward the chest and plank. 1. And then go back. Adding our core strength. Left knee, left elbow, and plank. Strong exhale. And back, slow enough to feel it. And then left knee to right elbow. Some variation there. And back. Oh, well, to center, I should say. As we step the left foot forward into, I'm just going to angle in here, into our knee down lunge. So lifting up, having blocks by your side, stabilizing the hips, opening up even more the upper body, clasping the right wrist and arcing over to the left. Strength and courage fill my body cells. strength and courage fill my body cells. Really let those ribs, you can't help but feel them ventilate on the right side, especially you want right lung. Air quality, space, releasing the arms out and coming forward into that deeper lunge. I'm walking my left foot out to the side. I'm rocking side to side as I'm rolling onto the little toe. And some ease and fluidity. Tuning in to how your body's feeling on this side, the lunar side. We're gonna feel that in the right hip as well. So, and then when you're ready, you come back. For a moment, you're gonna peel those left toes back. I like to bring the right hand and draw, invite that left hip to draw down, opening the hamstring, opening the back of the heart. Really allowing these emotions to move through us, and everything belongs. And then release the hand and bend that knee again. This time we're going to touch my blanket. We're going to step back into our plank. So we step back. Couple breaths here. And then we bring the forearm down, and then the other. Another couple breaths. And then the tops of the knees. And we're going to take a rest on our belly. So we're going to stack the hands and let ourselves rest at the spiritual eye. Soften the shoulders, knowing that we're returning to what's already whole, already free, already aware. That consciousness within is a true source of power. That right use of spiritual power of attunement, of alignment. Letting the individual self soften and just melt back home. Deep breaths in the belly. Just let the earth support you. And we'll move into this half bow series. So we're talking back bends, right? We're coming onto our forearm. We know back bends are dynamic. We're bringing our left forearm in front of us, like this, and bending your right knee. Rotate that right foot a few times. And then we're going to reach back. Same arm, same leg. Half bow. And then as the heart lifts, perhaps the thigh lifts off the ground. Okay? So we're breathing in, we're recharging our central channel, opening the heart, eye gaze slightly up, and then we're easing down, and we're bringing our right forearm in front, and we're going to go to the left side, of course. So get ourselves set up by extending the left arm. Bending the left knee. We're going to see how we do on this side. I rock out to the side to grab on. You can use a strap, of course. Strap is here. And then we're going to kick back and lift up. 3 to 5 breaths here. I'm calling that scattered energy that tends to go off in all the 10,000 directions back to the central channel of our spine. The freedom is directional flow. Every time we breath work, energy, upward from the belly, from the base. And then let's take rest again for a moment. We'll come back to full bow on our next flow. So we did half bow. We'll see if we could do full bow. That's just quite a ask, but let's work in its opposite after this back bend. So we're going to first rise up in our deep locus for a moment with our feet, and then press the tops of the feet into the earth for full cobra. Couple breaths. Now here's our opposite. Knees touch down, rounded cat. Neutral spine. From here, we hover. And then we pour back. Back and forth. Or stabilizing. Maybe some breaths of fire. Navel to the spine. Calm energy radiates through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. Step one foot forward, then the other, and then we're into forward fold. We can bring the palms of the hands underneath the soles of the feet. Maybe rest at the elbows, either way. Relaxing any unnecessary mental burdens. Take it out, literally from the overthinking mind. Into the wisdom of the heart as we come up with our strength chair pose, bending the knees, heart lifts. Reaching back, and then rising up. 3 pulses. Extend, lengthen and grow out of the back bend standing. And then collect and gather. Into the heart sanctuary. If you want, swirl from the heart down to the hips, yielding into the earth. Noticing how your body feels with that deeper back bend of half bow, right? All right. So as we continue to flow, another water break for me, London water break. So I realize perhaps the answer isn't in everybody's practice. So I'm going to show you the first stage of this. You could stay at that first stage. If you want to take it to dancer, you're welcome, but don't feel like you have to. You can use a wall here. All right. So the first stage of this is to root down through the left foot, our balance pose series. And we're going to lift that right leg up. So right here, you can add a gentle twist, and this could be your balance. If you can, reach back and grab the right foot, and with the right hand, the left arm reaches up. We kick that leg back, a lot like our half bow that we did. As I move through life, I'm anchored in my divine self, in my higher self. As I move through life, I'm anchored, or I can return to my higher self. If you fall out, you can return. And then we come back up. You might already be planting that foot down. And we're going to just step it back into our Virabhadrasana run. So we had the left foot down and the right foot at a 30-degree angle. Okay. Tracking that left knee over the second toe, left hip back, right hip forward, Tailbones on down. As we expand again and again, that heart opening quality. Exhale with compassion. I attune my will to the source of all power. Keep putting down, sending energy, passion to others as I attune my will to the source of all power. Please forget to bring 5-pound weights. You can always bring 5-pound weights. It's great for that. This particular pose. And attune my will to the source of all power. Okay, from here, we're going to reach forward. Take our time, as promised, stepping back into plank. And forearm plank. Couple breaths here. And before we do that flow to the other side, we're going to attempt our half bow, or full bow, I'm sorry. So you could do Cobra again, or Locust series, which is like this. And we're going to try to bend both knees. You can use a strap. Sorry to grab the ankles. And then we're going to kick those legs back, engage the core. And from that, lift up. You can have a big breakfast, you can rock and roll, or you can stay stable. As you recall those scattered forces to recharge your spine. Very, very dynamic, meant to create heat, and then release. Take a moment here, bringing your heels in so you can stretch the front of the thighs. And then we'll keep flowing, rising up into full cobra. Pressing through the tops of the feet. Knees touch down, we know this. We hover. So we're hovering the knees off the ground. Now we're doing that opposite wonderful down dog stretch. Back bend to forward bend. Peace radiates through every cell of my body, every fiber of my being. We're affirming our highest truth. And we're stepping forward, walking our hands back, flowing or stabilizing in our forward fold, Uttanasana. Releasing unnecessary burdens, there's natural emotions that we're flowing through and being compassionate with. As we come up, we have knees, our wrists, moving up, pulsing, grounding routine to the feet, from the belly to the feet, and then rising up, and the back bend, and space all around you. Just tune in again and again and again. And if this speaks to you and the wisdom of your heart, tuning in to one of the students lost a dear family member, you can bring in a quality of that person. And in bringing in that quality and that connection that you felt most likely with that quality of that beloved person, family member, Then allow that quality to connect you as in anytime you want, anytime you tune in, but perhaps as you move into, I know there's a lot going on in this next pose, the answer, but just allowing that quality to come through and know that that deep connection is there. As we soften and yield into the earth. And this time we're rooting down through our right foot for our balance series. So again, this may be plenty to lift off of the left foot. Maybe add a twist if you're staying here. If you're transitioning, you know, see where you are. This is going to be a different situation and dancer to the side. As maybe the right arm lifts up, we're looking out in front of us. The heart, upper body comes forward somewhat, keeping back that leg. As I move through life, I'm anchored in my divine self. If I forget, I can come back. Again and again, coming back to that higher wisdom, that higher guidance, quality. Loved one. Inhale, coming back up. Okay. And then as we step down, we're going to step back into our Virabhadrasana one. So we're strong flow, it's meant to be. With our back bend and dancer. So tracking your right knee over the second toe, left foot 30 degrees, hips fairly equal. This inhaling, arms reach out to the sides this time. I attune my will to the source of all power. Aligning our individual self with the divine power, I attune my will. The source of all power. We want this third round, we bring the arms in and then up and then forward. Taking your time. Big exhale. One more time, stepping it back. Just a plank. No problem. And bring one forearm down, forearm plank, couple breaths. Straightening the core as we do this. And then the knees touch down. We haven't done a belly down twist in a while. So let's go ahead and move into that. So what that looks like is the right knee bends. Okay, go on alike. And the right elbow tip lifts up. And we're going to thread our left arm through and then bring this right arm around. Thinking of the back of the shoulders touching, back and forth, hydrating. Oh, I see the sun. I'm going to adjust a little bit over. And I'm going to, you can either keep your knee bent or you can extend that leg. But remember, the left toes want to reach toward the sky. Heart expansive, open. And that right arm comes up and over, brush stroke. Head goes along for the ride, affirming divine light is within me and all around me. Divine life is within me and all around me. Really luxuriating into that deep roots. Resting in that. Absorbing all the cells into that. And then softening your right knee Coming back onto our belly. And we're out here. Coming in, okay. And then we're gonna iguana it to the left knee. The left knee in line with the hip. The left tip of the elbow up. The right arm threading through. And then hydrating and easing back and forth with the left knee, left shoulder. And then at some point, we keep the knee bent or extend that way. Roll the right toes up to the sky, feel that core engagement, and the left arm comes up and around. Your angle here. As we do this, we're allowing ourselves to really feel the divine light is within me and all around me. Letting yourselves take that in. Open through the heart, but contained at the core. And then rather than coming back onto our belly, we soften the knee and we come onto our back. And just make sure you swivel and reset. And fold those knees in. Rocking side to side. Wide back body. Breathing in, breathing out. All right. Let's do a bridge pose. Let's do another back bend. Feet hip width apart. We're almost at Shavasana time, almost. Okay. What we're doing here, large toes in slightly, feet not wider than the hips, plug in the spine to start out. Neutral spine, but then we're gonna lift up, keep those inner thighs magnetizing toward one another, rolling one shoulder, then the other underneath you, interlocking, knuckles toward the heels. Thoughts can take us away from the truth of who we are, but they can bring us back. So we can return back. Thought to bridge back to divine awareness, already whole, already free. Release the hands and melt down. Take your time to lower the upper, mid, and lumbar. Have your feet to the outer corners of the mat and the inner knees touching to just really take that in and protect our back here. There's a lot of strengthening you're doing today. Full yoga breath. Feel the air quality, especially in the lungs, the chest, the heart, the ribs, and the belly. And I want to return to where we started so that we make sure our back is, and our core is released, our lower back is released by flexing back through the toes. And hands lightly at the base of the neck. We're drawing the sacrum, the tailbone, towards you, toward the chest. Heart toward the sky. Inhale, not using our arms to hold the head. One more. And just add a couple of those variations of the right leg extending, the right arm on the outside of the thigh, And then switching. Left leg, left arm, low back plugged in. And back. One more time. Slow enough to feel it. Right. Folding the knees in, bringing the knees apart and then together. Inner borders of the feet together. 3 times in one direction. 3 times in its opposite. Okay, so notice what's coming up for you before we go into Shavasana. We have a few more minutes. You can break out into your own pose of choice. Or we can, I'm feeling the figure 4 is coming to me. So I'm gonna draw that right knee in and open up the hip and that triangle of space. I'm gonna reach through, but feel free to follow along or go with a pose you maybe your body is wanting. Maybe open up the hamstring and use a strap. Whichever pose you choose, tune in to the medicine of the breath for healing. Breath really helps the healing process. We work with back bends and forward bends like we always do in yoga. But our focus is on the medicine of the breath in the heart and the compassion, the connection, and the unity, quality of the heart chakra, on the heart chakra. It's time to switch. Do so, whatever pose you may be in. If you're staying with me with figure 4, pull that left knee in, flexing down, keeping that flex as we reach through, either on top of the knee or underneath the knee. Use your elbow as a wedge to open up the hip more. Extending and reaching, or the calf or strap. That's up to you to get in that quality, connection, love one. Here on the other side. And transition. And release. And now we're really drawing in. Shavasana, what I'm going to suggest today, optional always, if you do have 2 blocks, it is kind of great to do a supported heart opening. So what this looks like is placing the blocks one upright and one lengthened like this. And for most people, myself included, it's kind of nice to have a little bit of a pattern. This could be pretty sharp. But you know, I'm just going to demo here, and then we'll you can get all the stuff, eye bags, whatever you do. But add a little bit of a padding, and you're going to place the block somewhere at the edge of the scapula, shoulder wings of joy, and then the head could rest on the block. And again, like I said, this is a wonderful restorative heart opening pose that just naturally opens, especially the back of the heart, but the front of the heart as well, dynamically. Stuff that gets stuck there for our whole life history could be stuck. We don't have to know what it is, just invoking the flow. Or any way you like to go, bolster legs up the wall, or your Shavasana. Be cozy, be comfortable. One. Take as much time as you need. All right. So when you're ready, it's a sense of allowing your back body to be heavy, supported by the earth. Just a gentle focus inwardly. Let the eyelids get heavy and relax, but then subtly draw the energy to the spiritual eye. And just know wavelets of peace are there. They're spreading. They're spreading through the eyes to the forehead, the crown of the head, inviting the jaw to soften, and letting that softening be like waves of peace. Visualize waves of peace, relaxing the facial muscles. Moving through every cell of the body. Permeates, moves into the throat. Softening the shoulders, away from the ears, and radiant sensation, streamlining down both arms, palms of the hands, digits of the fingers. And as we breathe into the heart, we're meditating on the quality of peace, vibrating through. As Yogananda says, peace emanates from the soul. It is a sacred inner environment where true happiness unfolds. We must learn to discover it from within. Through meditation, we learn to become centered in our essential nature of the soul. We partake in divine peace. That is the presence of God, Goddess, and the divine. Continue to allow that peace to move through the lungs, the ribs, every cell of the body, belly, low back. Peace and love permeates the body, the mind. You may think different thoughts, but we bring it back to the breath. Noticing sensation in the thighs, in the knees, the calves, the ankles, all the way through to the soles of the feet, left and right,
Reach and suck the toes, tops of the feet. We're affirming inwardly. Peace flows into myself. May peace flow within my family. May peace flow in my nation. May peace flow in my world. And feel the flow of peace in the cosmos. Peace is within me. And I'm resting in that peace now. Already home. Already free. Already aware. Just notice if you'd like to stay in Shavasana longer, or if it's time for you to gently move in a way that feels comfortable to you. Perhaps wiggling the fingers and toes, resting on your side, maybe sitting up. And taking this time now, another way to send healing energy to others through sound, through that 3-syllable Om sound, and visualizing in your heart and in your spiritual eye, this person, or persons, or the nation, or the country, like the world you'd like to send healing energy to, and let the sound just move through you. As I'm going to rub my hands together for heat. See what feels right to you. Inhaling. And bringing the hands into Namaste. Bowing to the wisdom of your heart, knowing that those where we meet in that divine consciousness where we are one, and letting that energy lead the way for the rest of your day and week. Let me stop the recording.